Good morning. How are things going? Peace be with you, my brothers and sisters. I like to talk about those who are in quarantine, those who have multiple illnesses like me, one who's been in the house or in quarantine for over 7 months. We here trying to stay sane, trying to keep our minds focused and trying to keep our attitude clear. Yet we are in quarantine. Some of us live alone like me. I live alone. Me and my fishes, I got some fish out there. And I take care of them the best I could. But in a 3-room apartment, being a man like me, being active, trying to help the homeless, I created a program to help the homeless called Survivors We Are. Now the program is not growing anymore because I'm in quarantine and I can't develop it no more, can't push it no more. But I'm still trying to stay sane in this apartment, still trying to stay alive one day at a time. I don't go out, only to the doctor and back here in my home. And I try to do something for the homeless best I can by talking on Facebook, putting things on YouTube about burying the homeless. Yes, about burying the homeless. Because there's people that's being, not just the homeless, people that can't afford to bury their loved ones, people that can't afford to bury their brother, their mother, their sister, their brother, whoever. They can't afford it. Leave the state to put them in an unknown grave, where one day if someone is looking for them, they can't be found. You know, and that person that died done affected somebody's life, good or bad. They affected somebody's life. And hopefully and pray that they done some good. And someone may look for them one day. How can they be found in an unknown grave? So, to those of you who are in the house with multiple illnesses like myself, what I'm trying to do something that I could do or going to try to do. I'm going to try to establish a program. Help bury those who cannot bury themselves. Help those families that cannot bury their own family. We need to do this here. We as a people, especially the people in Newark, excuse me, I got a bad cold. Actually, it's not a cold. It comes from when I had lung cancer. And the lung cancer affected the area where around the lung here. And it causes a friction. And that friction causes my cough. This is what our doctor explained it to me. But I tried to take all sorts of things to get rid of the cough, but it's still here. No, I do not have the COVID virus. Thank God. But it's getting back to bury the homeless. So being in quarantine, I needed something to do because I'm not a person that loves to sit still, sit in the house. Only way I do that is if I'm in jail, and I'm not in jail. I'm in quarantine, and I'm doing this on my own. So, what's wrong with us as people, especially around here in Newark and East Orange and Irvington? This is one thing we should do, to do something together, to say Black Lives Matter. Black lives does matter, but we must understand as black people, we understand all lives matter. Because we've been suffering and been beat down and spit on and knocked down. We know how it feels to be put down, especially in a grave with no name on it. We know about things like that. So I want to open up a foundation to bury the homeless, bury the needy, bury those whose families cannot bury their own mother or their own father, put them in a grave where it's unknown or burn them. If they want a grave, let's give them a grave. This is what I want to do. This is what Survivors We All want to do from quarantine. We want to reach out for help. Reach out for those who are interested and want us to help, not just support us, but help organize this, help arrange this here. Let's do something to make sure There are people, when they die, they have a name on their grave, and if they want to be found, let them be found by their families. Let's just don't leave a man in a grave, an unknown grave. See, being in quarantine for these 7 months gave me a chance to reflect on my life and where it's going. It's going the way God says it's going, not the way I wanted it to go. I wanted something else. I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that, but God said, no. Here it is, you got to fight this battle today. COVID-19 is a fight that you fight every day. Either you're going to go out there and die or stay home and live. So I choose to stay home and live. So I'm in quarantine. But that still does not stop me from wanting to do something for our people, especially black people. Because black people, most of us cannot bury ourselves. So if I'm making any sense, if I'm not making any sense, tell me I'm not making no sense. Tell me it's all for nothing. Sure, there are going to be people going to try to take the insurance money and put it in their pocket and let us bury them. Sure, there's people going to do that there. Sure, we got people that still got the devilish mentality in them. And we respect that to happen. But we're going to have a defense for that. But still, if you're interested in it, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me, I'm in my house. You can find me right here in East Orange. Find me, we sit down, we talk. And let's put it together. Let's do something so we, as a people, can be recognized as a people. Let's bury our own. Let's bury the homeless. Let's bury the needy. Let's bury those who cannot bury themselves. Let's put up a memorial. I want to put up my brother's name. My brother's name is Barry Johnson, Barry Samad Johnson. It would be called Barry Johnson Samad Memorial to bury the homeless. Because my brother died. He was homeless. He was schizophrenic. And he died in the streets of New York. And it was difficult to bury him. That's another story within itself. Thank you very much.